we got together with our colleagues in the National Counter-Terrorism Security Office, who we collaborate with throughout the year on a range of issues. We put together a program for what was essentially a first ever event, talking about the threat picture, state actors, CCTV, online security, a range of themes, over a 2-day event, a range of speakers, some virtual, some physical, including police and non-police speakers. And essentially it's testing the waters, improving the public-private sector partnership, which is one of our responsibilities in our annual policing plan as well, not just in terms of safeguarding Gibraltar generally, but also in progressing our other responsibilities. We will be carrying out feedback sessions, and based on what we hear from our business community and the speakers, where we'll look at what steps we take on from here. Growing the events, how often we do it, whether it's once a year, twice a year, perhaps biennially, and we'll take it from there. So it's very much sowing the seeds and see what comes out of it.
So this is a long-term project. The idea that you want to engage in partnership with the private and public sector in order to reduce the threat of terrorism in the community.
Absolutely. Everybody has a role to play. To different degrees. So we have some of our public sector partners, key stakeholders here present today, supporting us, business community from across it. So the invitations were extended through the Federation of Small Business and the Chamber of Commerce, and a number of representative bodies like the Bankers Association, for example, and the public as well. They too have a role to play. This particular event is aimed exclusively at the corporate sector, because they have a specific role to play within their organizations, but also supporting the wider security of Gibraltar PLC. And we hope to see where this takes us in relation to the business.
So what we're really looking to do is create counter-terrorism citizens, and looking out for everyone to look out for themselves. And the way that we can do that is by supporting businesses to be able to do that. And one of the things that we do have for that is our ACT e-learning packages, which will allow people to really understand what the threats are and how they can look to support the emergency services and themselves.
Yeah, and give us an example of the key points that you're looking to instill in local businesses here today.
The main points are to just remain vigilant, to be prepared, and that any actions that they deem to be suspicious, whether minor or not, they'll be able to feed back into the Royal Gibraltar Police, so they're not alone with their suspicions.
Now, you probably supply training sessions like this to communities all over the UK. How do you measure Gibraltar in terms of the terrorist threat here, and what reassurances can you provide for the local community?
That's a very broad question. The work that we do within the National Counter-Terrorism Security Office isn't about any specific threat as much as it is to provide reassurance that no one's alone. So the work that we're doing isn't about a specific threat or a specific risk that is here for Gibraltar or the UK, but the idea that we'll be able to give you the tools to be able to feel confident if the worst were to happen.